All right, so I'm psyched because FedEx just delivered my new gas grill that I bought from Home Depot. It's made by Dyna-Glo, and it's a 5 burner with a side burner. It's going to be awesome. I bought it on sale. They had a Labor Day sale, so it was $159 plus tax, which meant that was about $170. And I'm going to be opening it up and putting it together here. So I'm going to use my little knife here and go ahead and come over here and start opening it up. Let's see if I can't do it like this. That works good. All right, so we got the tape off. I'll get to do the fun part. So there's some styrofoam here right on the top that will need to be cut off or not. I don't know, maybe I can just lift that up out of that tape. There's tape over here. No problem. Just give that a little cut. Break that loose. Cut that. Okay, and there's another box. Set that right over there. Pull all this packing material out. Oh, some nice big pieces of styrofoam. Those could be used for something at some point down the road, so I will hang on to these. Try not to break them apart. But I want to see what's inside the box here. Oh, there's some goodies now. There we go. So there's lots of stuff in that box there that I don't know how to take out. So I'm going to start doing that. And when I get those out, then I'll check back in. Okay. So I've got it unpacked. There's a lot of packing material in there, including these big sheets of styrofoam, which are cool. I'm going to probably save those. The rest of this stuff is just trash. The only way to get it out of the box was to cut the box open. But you can see here, ignore these things here, some of the items, including the main grill body, a box here, which I believe includes the grills because it's heavy. These items, that, a couple things under there, and the instruction booklet. So I'm going to get started on putting it together. Okay, so in this little box here, we have hardware kit. That looks like the side burner there. This piece here looks like the thermometer. Tells you how hot the grill is. That's a foot. That's a foot. And the rest of this stuff looks like knobs. Okay. So got that. Bunch of screws there. You get a bowl, put those in them. Now this, I'm sure, is going to be, you know, the grills. Yeah, so I don't really need to open those right now, since I know exactly what those are. Let's see what's in that box. Okay, so in this box here, see in the instructions, if I can't look and see what that is. Okay, that's the side burner kit, clearly. So letter M, right side burner body. That's definitely what that is. This is the parts list along with the hardware kit. And this is the first step here, which I'm going to be doing shortly. So I'm going to take all my hardware here and put it in this bowl here so that I don't lose any of it. Okay. Okay. So it looks like the first screws I'm going to need are these little deals right here, AA. Yeah, two of the AA screws. So I'm going to go ahead and use those. These are DDs. Da-da. So for step one, which is here, I need the legs here. That's these. I need the feet here. And then I need these two little screws right here. AA. Put two leg end caps under P. Put two leg end caps P under left leg assembly O, and fasten them with two ST4 8x10 screws AA. So got all that. I'm going to knock that out real quick. Okay, so I put the feet on there. That took 2 seconds. Now I'm going to screw these screws in here, and it looks like the screws go in right there and there. So I'm going to knock that out real quick. Awesome, so that's done. Got the screws in. Feet are on there. Okay, step one, done. Step two says, slide the axle X through the right leg assembly V, and then put the wheels Y on both sides and tighten the wheels with M10 nuts, BB, and wrenches CC. Please note that this step requires 2 people to complete, and if necessary, any other plier or adjustable wrench can be used for assembly. Which I have my little IKEA toolkit over here, which I can use, which has an adjustable wrench. but they provide a wrench, and I'm happy to use theirs. Okay, so the wheels were in the box with the side burner kit. I thought I didn't have to open that up yet, but man, they were very efficient in their packing, so got to pull the wheels out of here. And now I should have what I need to do step 2, which is the axle, the nuts, the wheels, and this piece here. That the wheels go onto. So I'm going to work on getting that done. Okay, so that's pretty much done. In the instructions it says it requires 2 people, and you think, wow, why would that require 2 people? Well, the reason is because you've got to be able to tighten them, and it's kind of awkward to be able to hold one with a wrench and then tighten the other with the tools they provided. Now, if you use the socket set, I'm sure that you could tighten it by yourself, but my socket set is outside in my shed and it's raining, and I'm not trying to go out there right now and get it. So I'm just going to wait till my wife gets home. This is, and then get her to help me to tighten it. But this is no big deal. This is assembled. It just, those wheels just need to be tightened. No big deal. On to step 3. Step 3 is, let's see if I can't get this thing. Okay, 8M6 by 16 bolts DD to assemble cart front panel, upper T and cart front panel, lower U between leg assembly O and right leg assembly V. Please note the front panel lower U's direction, the side with the rivet nut in the middle should be downward. Okay, no problemo. So let me get started on that. Okay, I've got the upper portion of the back on to the legs here. Now I got to put the bottom portion on that goes right there. So on this piece, when it said the side with the rivet nut in the middle should be downward, that's what it's talking about, that little thing there. You can see it right there. This is very easy. So this is going to go right below that one right there. So I'm putting this thing together here. I'm trying to figure out. So we got to get that hole lined up here. The hole seems to be off over here too. I may have to raise this up so that that'll fit. Probably should have started with the bottom here. No big deal. I'm just going to loosen this top part, pull it up and tighten it, and then it should fit. Let me try that. So that's what I did, is I loosened these on the top and pulled this up a little bit. And let's see if that gives us, yeah, that makes sure that that bottom screw will be able to go in here. Now it'll go in for sure. Okay, so step 3 is done. Took me a little bit longer, so if you were doing this, I would recommend you put the bottom piece on first, because I had to take the 2 screws out of the right side on the top piece to be able to get the bottom piece. That last screw on the bottom would not line up unless I pulled those 2 up right there. So I just pulled those out, got the bottom in, and then the top went in fine. So that's step 3. Now let's look at step 4. Step 4 says use 4 M6 by 16 bolts DD to fasten the bottom shelf's front bracket assembly Z, bottom shelf's rear bracket assembly S, and bottom shelf W. Okay. Hardware used. 4 M6x16 bolts. Okay, let me do that. So these are the pieces that I need for the next step. These 4 bolts, that thing there, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on that step now. All right, so step 4 is done. There's that, just like it looks in the picture. Next to step 5, assemble bottom shelf assembly to the left leg assembly. Oh, and right leg assembly V with 4 M6x16 bolts. Okay, super easy. Knock that out real quick. And that's just, looks like all this has got to do is be flipped. Put it right in here like this. And then screw it down. There's the holes right there. Bang, 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 bang. And that'll be on, just like it is in the picture. Knock this out real quick. Okay, so that step is done. The bottom shelf, this is obviously where the propane cylinder will be sitting. So the body of this, the frame, the base, is almost assembled. And now on to the next step. Step 6. Use 4 M6x16 bolts to fasten the cart rear support to the left and right leg assembly. Please note the cart rear supports direction. The side with the rivet nut in the middle should be upward. Then use 2 M5x12 bolts to fasten the cylinder block bar between the cart front panel lower and the cart rear support R. So this piece right here is going to go here, and this part right here, this where this rivet nut is supposed to be upward, which is important. So I'm going to put this on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so getting this tightened up. All right, so there's that. Now, then use 2 M5x12 bolts to fasten the cylinder block bar Q between the cart front panel lower U and the cart rear support R. Q. Okay, so that's a little cross piece that's going to go there. So let me do that. So this is piece Q, this zigzag piece. And then I'm going to be using EE, which are these screws right, and to attach this between the bottom here and this part here. So it's going to be like that kind of. Okay, so got that part on. Now that bottom screw down there is not going in correctly, and I've tried multiple ways to get it to go in. I got it in far enough. It's, this thing's not going anywhere. This thing is, kind of flimsy anyway, so it's in there. This top one went in really good, but that one down there just kind of got stripped out, and there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm going to leave it like it is. It should be fine. All right, so the next step is assemble the hood handle to the hood with 2 wing nuts, FF, and 2 spring washers, GG, and 2 M6 washers, HH. So we've got the handle here. There's the handle. And then we need FF, GG, and HH. FF, GG, and HH. So that's this, and this. Okay, so get started on that. Okay, so we got the handle on here. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's go to the next step here. Assemble the temperature gauge onto the hood. Please use the washer and wing nut pre-assembled with temperature gauge to install the temperature gauge onto the hood. Piece of cake, no problemo. We got the temperature gauge right in this little box over here.
I think this must be
Yeah, go ahead and pull it out of that. And let's look, because it says that it's got the washer and a wing nut already on it. Okay, cool. That makes it real easy to put this on. Go ahead, and that goes right there. All right, I'm going to get this on. Bam! What? Temperature gauge installed. Piece of cake. All right. So next step. Assemble the grill body assembly C onto the cart assembly with 4 M6 by 16 bolts. Okay. Now is where we're getting close to being done, I think. All right. Whoa. This thing is starting to look like a get her done kind of grill. So moving on to the next step. That was pretty easy. The next step is pre-assemble 2 M6 by 16 bolts DD onto the grill body assembly and do not tighten them, and make sure to leave a 5mm gap between the bolt and grill body's end cap. Then hang the left side table assembly J on the bolts and fasten the left side table assembly J with 3 M6 by 16 bolts and tighten all bolts. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Can do. Okay, so I've got these screws here and here on. As you can see, they're not fully tightened because I got to be able to hang the this thing here, the left side table assembly, onto it, and I'm going to do that right now. All right, so hung this here and here, and then I've got to put a screw here, a screw here, and then a screw here. So let me do that. So I got all those screws in, again, here, here, and here. So the left side table is on. Take a quick look at what that looks like. Looking good, looking good. All right. Let me see what the next step is. Step number 11. Pre-assemble 2 M6 by 16 bolts onto the grill body assembly and do not tighten them. Make sure to leave a 5mm gap between the bolt grill body and grill body's end cap. Then hang the right side burner body on the bolts and fasten the right side burner body on M with 3 M6. So it's just like this one. It's just the burner body. So I'm going to get that done. So now the right side burner assembly is on. Need to lift this up and take whatever packing materials we got in here out. Get rid of that. And this is just a burner thing. What do you call it? Set the pot on it. So it'll go like that. And of course the elements got to go in there. So I'll get that. I think that's probably going to be next. Let's see. So, at the right side. Next one, step 12. Use two M4x10 bolts II to assemble the side burner valve assembly and control knob bezel into the right side burner body M. Okay. Got it. Okay, so got that on. So this hose back here, when you put this on, you're going to want it to be going up. When I originally put it on, I had it going down and it was hanging out the front under here. You know, it was like not cool. It was hanging down like right here. And so it's flex hose. You just got to bend it upward so that it's not showing. All right, so good deal. Got that step done. Now the next step. Let's see. Next step says disassemble two M4x10 bolts that are pre-assembled on the side burner L and use them to assemble the side burner L on the right side burner body. Please ensure the gas valve orifice is correctly positioned inside burner inlet. Venturi. So that's correct. That's not correct. Okay. All right. Got it. Okay, so it's wanting me to take out this bolt and use that when I put this through here. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so I've taken those out of here. And now I'm going to stick this thing in here from the top. And then make sure that it goes on here like that. And then I'm going to stick those two screws I just pulled out right in here and here. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, so I've got those screws in there now. And now the side burner is in there just like that. So it says here, next step, connect the side burner sparker wire to the side burner sparker. Warning, it is very important to check and ensure that each and every burner is fully engaged with the adjacent valve orifice before completing step 15. Failure to do so may result in fire or explosion, possibly causing serious injury or death. Refer to maintenance section instructions to properly check the engagement. It's saying that's wrong, but that's correct. Okay, get that done. I guess this is the sparker wire that it's talking about. This is just put on here with like a little twist tie. I'm going to take this off and try to get this thing done. Okay, so I was wrong. The side burner sparker wire is this. It's wrapped around up here, and it's going to be attached to this thing here. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so that's on there. You just slide that up there, and it attaches. So sparker wire is attached. Next step. Step number 15. All right, this is, we're bringing it home. Put the side burner rack K in place. Done. All right. Assemble the 6 control knobs. Okay. We got the 6 control knobs right there. Let's go ahead and put those on. All right, got the control knobs on. No big deal. Put the 5 heat tents into place over each burner. Those are the heat tents right here in this box. So let's get those and let's put them in here. Okay. Says my battery is too low for me to use the flash. Is that not right? Am I doing that wrong?
You gotta put it in between those two things. My battery's awful low too.
Okay, so there we go. So those heat tints are in place now. Next thing is just put 3 cooking grates and 1 warming rack in place. Piece of cake. Okay, so the 3 grates and the warming rack are installed. Very simple, just lay them in there. Let's see what the next step is. Place grease pan E and grease cup F in place. Okay, we're going to do that. Here's the grease pan here, and here's the grease cup here. So we're going to do that. Okay, we're going to put this grease pan in. Goes in just like that, piece of cake. And then the little grease cup goes right underneath there. Just like that. All right. And now the propane gas is in and it's on and is working awesome. Thanks for watching.